So here's a story Shen probably didn't mention from her various excursions off the ship. The time she was captured by Advent. Yeah, that's right. Captured by Advent. This wasn't that long ago either. Just a few years back. The aliens knew the Avenger was out here somewhere, and they started getting real desperate to find it. They even assembled a special extraction team, almost like they were trying to mirror our tactics. The Advent squad was grabbing senior resistance targets for interrogation, and Shen had the misfortune of being one of the first. Or so we thought. Advent's Black Bag squad had taken Shen to a compound out in the middle of nowhere. I took charge of the rescue myself. If anything had happened to her, well, you can imagine. In hindsight, I was definitely worried. We really had no idea what they were planning to do with her. I am trusting you. I will go. A good decision. I should be clear on this. Rescuing Shen was She was our friend and part of the team. But from a strategic standpoint, rescuing Shen was a make-or-break operation for the future of the Resistance. Without her, the Avenger would never fly again, and we wouldn't have half the tech we have today. Moving out. Volk says I am to obey. The power guides me. No chance at hiding now. It's not dead enough. What's that? Incoming fire! Getting a little too close here! They're all over me! Between the growing number of resistance cells popping up around the world and our local operations to rebuild the Avenger, the Elders must have been getting nervous. The new Advent team was decent in combat, but as we learned, that wasn't their primary focus, and they had been plenty busy.
just now. Fuck yes, hello! They found us. We march towards enlightenment.
Security wasn't overly tight at the compound. Advent's new team was obviously hoping stealth and smaller numbers would keep their operations under wraps. We were just fortunate the few contacts we had made at that point managed to help us find Shen.
Got him! Moving as ordered. Darkness is my domain. We'll tear you apart! The elders have lost another! I trust in your command.
I am on the move. We were all relieved to find Shen alive and ticking, and surprisingly enough, not much worse for wear. I'll tell you what, the alien sure could have learned a thing or two about interrogation techniques from our old friend, Dr. Vahlen. Good luck finding her, though.
For the cause. You will have your access.
Access granted.
The path presents itself.
I was wondering when you'd show up. Get me the hell out of here, Central.
I'm covering.
I go where you tell me. I see everything. The Advent compound was a clandestine holding facility, and it was definitely built to house a lot more people than Shen alone. They had obviously been at this for a while now. We found evidence of other prisoners, but no one left alive besides our girl.
It's far, but I can reach it. Let's do this!
I loaded these cartridges myself. Shen was held under some kind of psionic stasis for most of her time at the compound. But she was awake long enough to see a few of the other prisoners. She could tell by the condition they were in that they came from the slums outside of one of the city centers. If they were resistance cell leaders, we needed to find out. A deadly trap.
I can make it. Running! Righteous strike! Do you understand now? Yes, Commander.
We had freed Shen, but we still had to get clear of the Advent facility.
I'm already gone. I'm on it. Falling back as ordered. Rolling. Dust off.
I am at your service. I am done here. It wasn't the cleanest operation, but we got Shen home safe and not much worse for wear. If we were gonna chase the Advent extraction team across the continent in hopes of finding their other prisoners, we were going to need some better equipment. Shen was pretty out of it most of her time with Advent, but she swore up and down that she had heard something about the aliens moving people by train. With that in mind, we were able to narrow down the locations where Advent was actively moving trains near the city center slums. We didn't know who we might find down there, but it was up to us to defend anyone willing to stand with the Resistance. Who would have guessed it would end up being one of XCOM's greatest heroes? Squad concealment active. Shen was right. Advent's extraction team had pulled a train right into the slums outside the city, and were using it as a prison on wheels. Whoever they were holding was obviously pretty important, so we figured it was probably best to get them on our side. I am at your service.
So it is decided.
I see everything. We had been establishing contact with resistance cells wherever we could, but there were still plenty of groups out there operating on their own agendas. As we discovered that day, the local contingent called themselves Children of the Earth, and it was their esteemed leader, Jane Kelly, that Advent had set their sights on. I am on the move. I go where you tell me. Scanning.
I can do that.
At the time, I had never heard of Jane or her crew, but local rumors had talked them up to be the nastiest bunch of alien-killing maniacs west of the Mississippi. If what they said was true, I was more than happy to risk a rescue if it meant recruiting a few more heavy operators for XCOM.
My favorite part of the job. Taking control. Let's turn it against him. They're all yours, Rover. Time to get in their head.
Yeah, they can see us. This world is ours! Another lucky fallen! Onward! I'm going. I'm covering. I will reposition. Turn on watch. Despite running an active and eager resistance cell, Jane was known for her surprisingly quiet, calculating demeanor. While most of the resistance groups were guided by the charisma of their leaders, these Earthers followed Jane because of her skills, not her words.
Intelligence force! The spirits await their turn at vengeance!
As you order, Commander. The wind must have picked up. They found us.
And we're off.
I'm on the move. Another notch.
We march towards enlightenment.
Some damage here. Once we set her loose, Jane was eager to jump back into the fight. I almost felt guilty about depriving her team of a gifted leader. But if XCOM was going to spearhead the resistance, we needed the best people we could find leading the way. Taken care of. Their armor held. My ammunition is almost gone.
For the Templars! Where are your saviors now? I comply.
Headed there now. I'm ready.
Advent was risking a lot trying to bring our people in alive for interrogation. That's how I knew they were starting to worry about what we might do with the Avenger. Just think where we might be today if they'd gone ahead and executed everyone. I will go. I must reload.
Yes, Commander.
I'm out of here. Come get some.
Getting too old for this. I'll keep a watchful eye.
It's easy to see it now, but I never would have guessed just how valuable Jane would eventually be to our future operations. Aside from the commander, she's way more famous than the rest of us. Hell, even the Chosen have heard of her these days. Moving as ordered. I go where I am needed.
I trust in your command.
Heading out.
As you order.
Heading out. That's my specialty.
Access granted.
Got it. I'm on the move.
We managed to free Jane just in time for her to jump into the fight.
You have my trust. My senses are keen.
I'm watching.
On the move. Scanning. I am trusting you. No one will harm us. My life is in your hands. Placing the weapon. book says I am to obey.
A good decision.
On my way.
Jane was safe and secure. The latest XCOM recruit, ready to serve. I could use the exercise. If they move, it's on. Moving! I'm out of here. Moving out. I leave the field for now.
To victory. Making my exit.
Come on, Rover. It's time to go home.
It wasn't easy getting Jane away from Advent, but we pulled through and got the job done. We were always on the lookout for fresh gear, especially with the growing number of recruits we had coming in. Within a few weeks of scooping up Jane from the slums, we got word from one of her scouts that the aliens were moving something across the territories. Something big. We couldn't always count on these reports to be accurate, but from the description it sure sounded like a weapon to me. If it was really as big as Jane's guy claimed, it didn't matter where they were hauling it off to. We couldn't risk it, so we had to start acting like it. Let's keep that man taking the fight to them. Once we hit the ground, it was obvious we had made the right choice in coming after this thing. It was some kind of artillery piece, bigger than anything we had ever seen in Advent's arsenal. The aliens weren't expecting an attack, but the area was still crawling with Advent regulars providing security.